My mother passed away when I was 15 years old, and I watched this. I watched her pass away in front of me. She died from congestive heart failure. And in that moment, I told myself that I was going to live a healthy lifestyle.
What's up, everybody? It is Jay Hobbs, and you have tuned into the Accelerate podcast, the place where we're going to talk about ways that can help you accelerate your life. Growing up with learning disabilities, impulsive ADHD, and losing my mother at a young age, man, it was rough. But guess what? I discovered something powerful. It's all about mindset. And that discovery changed my life completely. Now my life's mission is to help motivate and shift the minds of every single person I come in contact with. So get ready to accelerate and unleash the power within. Let's do this.
What's up, everybody? It is Jay Hobbs back in the building for another episode of the Accelerate podcast. You see it in the background. You hear me when I'm talking to you. Today's topic is on fitness. Fitness, discipline, why I think fitness is such a crucial part about shifting your mindset. Now, fitness has always been a pretty important part in my life. I'm excited to say that today's episode is sponsored by Crumble Cookie. I'm just joking, but Crumble Cookie is one of my only kryptonites. I don't eat candy. I don't eat a majority of sweet things that I used to eat before. That's how I'm able to maintain these gains. My favorite sweet treat. It is my only kryptonite, I feel like. Could I quit? Yes, absolutely. I only treat myself once or twice a month. And I will go get not one, but two cookies. It's like 1,400 calories. I've learned that my body does a lot better on low carbs, higher fats, higher protein. I just feel better. I feel more energetic. I feel like running around. And that's why this episode on fitness, I feel like I had to wear something that kind of showed that I'm not joking around. I don't play the fitness game. I don't take steroids. I don't take any supplements. Actually, I take zero supplements. I'm not against supplements. I might down the road, but I'm trying something right now that is extremely strict. But I have felt the best that I felt in a long time. My knee pain, the inflammation, that's gone away. It's awesome. So fitness, why are we going to talk about fitness? Fitness is something that I made a decision when I was very young. My mother passed away when I was 15 years old, and I watched this. I watched her pass away in front of me. She died from congestive heart failure. And in that moment, I told myself that I was going to live a healthy lifestyle, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. From that moment at 15 years old, I made it a lifetime goal to be fit and healthy. But understanding that at 15 and understanding it now, there's totally different fitness goals. It's a lot harder generally as you mature and as you have more experience in life. I never say getting old. I say mature or experience because I don't speak that. We mature as individuals. We're not getting old, we're maturing. That's what it is. Like a personality, when somebody's immature, when you're a kid, you're growing, you're learning, and now you're going to mature yourself. That's how I look at aging. And I will say that keeping up a healthy lifestyle all starts here. It all starts here. People chilling at the gym, they're working out hard, like hard working out. But over an extended amount of time, 6 months, 8 months, 2 years, I don't see any results. I'm like, bro, do you even lift, bro? Do you even lift, bro? And I know it's not that they don't lift. It's because of their meal plans and their diets are not on track. But it's a mental discipline that goes back to shifting your mentality to say, I want the best body. I want to feel the greatest when I wake up. I want to feel the greatest when I go to sleep. I want to optimize my entire life. I want to optimize my energy levels. I want to make sure that I feel great year around. And for me, fitness does that for me. I do a combination between cardio, I do full body workouts, but typically it's lifting mixed with a little cardio. I enjoy the feeling of that metal in my hands and in my arms. I enjoy that. It feels good to me. Let me move this out of the way. I don't even want that in a frame. That was so weird it's in the frame. My fitness journey has been up and down, but I can say that I have generally remained consistent from that mindset and that promise that I made to myself when I was 15 years old. I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried vegan. During the pandemic, I was vegan for 6 months. I wanted to try it. I wanted to understand, how does this affect my body? I felt terrible. And before you say anything, oh, you weren't doing it right. I was 90% plant-based. Everything I ate, I had to prep. So I was doing it right. It just didn't work well with my body. I did keto for a year and a half, and keto was fun and it had its ups and downs. I felt a lot better on keto than I did when I was vegan, but it had so many different restrictions that I didn't like that. I wanted to figure out, what can I do that's sustainable for me, and can I also implement every so often, possibly going out and still enjoying meals with my friends and my family. And I'm at a healthy balance right now, and I feel amazing, and I'm grateful for that. But I say all of that to say, fitness has been an important part of my life since I was a child. I've always been energetic. I've always loved the discipline of running fast or jumping high during track or playing basketball. There's all these disciplines in there and preparing your body. And I always enjoyed the before and after pictures. Everybody loves a good before and after picture where you look at the before you started getting healthy, before you started getting fit, and then you look at the after and you see the progress, but you, in your mind, you understand everything that you had to go through to get through that point. And to get through that point, what did you have to go through? You had to say no to certain snacks. You had to say no to certain foods. You had to say no to certain restaurants. You had to cook instead of eating out because you knew you weren't going to choose a healthy option while you ate out. Now, where does this come from? Even before my mother passed away, we cooked everything from scratch for the most part. That's the way I grew up, and I'm so grateful for that. But let's go back to like movies. Let's go back to the old action heroes, the real manly man. You remember Terminator? You remember Arnold? He came out in that one of those first scenes, the dude's buff and he's packing, and you saw this dude that was untouchable, and he said, I'll be back. You know, they get to the chopper. I'll be back. Get down. I want to do some buys and tries. You know, you hear that voice mixed with how big he was, and you just knew this cat was powerful. So watching Arnold, watching Sylvester Stallone, remember all those Rocky movies? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, yo, Adrian, you remember that? The underdog coming through and getting out of the robes and him taking his robe off and he's just shredded. Rocky IV, when he fought Ivan Drago, he takes off his robe. He's ripped to shreds. Ivan Drago takes off his robe. He's ripped to shreds. I'm like, holy cow, this is about to be a fight. Fitness has always been fun for me. If you remember Van Damme was always just shredded in great shape. And these are the action heroes that we looked up to. And it was just incredible to be a part of that generation. And it was incredible to see that as an example of what fitness was. And that always stuck with me in my head. And that's part of the reason why I've also always loved fitness. It's all mental. I will go from a bulk to a cut. It's not crazy. It's not anything like that. Sometimes I'll go from 210 and say, hey, I want to be 200 pounds. And I will uber focus for, let's just say, 60 days, 90 days, where I'm just uber focused on everything that I'm doing, and you cut down. And it is an incredible feeling because you told your mindset, you shifted your mindset, and you said, I'm going to say no to this. I'm not going to eat this. I'm going to rather eat this. Everything in life boils down to your mindset. And that is why I harp on it. I preach on it. I encourage it. Shift and change your mindset. Mindset, fitness, and discipline all go hand in hand. I will be that guy that's 50, 55 years old, still in great shape, still full of energy, because this is how I want to live my life. And if that means that I can't eat any crumbled cookies anymore one day, then that is what it means, because I'm willing to sacrifice that to feel great and feel healthy. It is extremely difficult to eat healthy when there's all of these distractions, when it's all of these fast food places, when there's all these processed things. I encourage you to start looking at the label of some of these treats that you give your kids, some of the things that you eat. Look at that label. If you can't pronounce everything on that label, let's maybe dial back on that. I'm not here to give you a lot of fitness advice. What I'm here is to tell you that your fitness goals are attached to your mindset. And if you want to reach the body that you want, that you've always desired, then you're going to have to get disciplined, and you're going to have to understand that that mindset is going to have to shift for you to change that. If you want to learn to shift and continue to change your mindset so that you can accelerate to the best person that you possibly can be, mentally, physically, spiritually, then you need to continue to tune into the hottest podcast on earth, the Accelerate Podcast. But until next time, peace!